Hey guys, what's going on? Eric here. Pretty guys, some more D2 content. Today we're going to be going over my summon Necro. We're going to go over the gear, the charms, the stats, the skills, the mercenary, and then we're going to run this insane map. Starting off with the gear, I'm using the best in slot Arm of King Lyric. It's got +1 all corrupt. It's missing 1/2 skeleton warrior, but if that were the case, I wouldn't have been able to acquire this because a totally perfect 1 all skill is just an insanely priced item right now. Luckily, I got this for 10 high runes. There was another one somewhat similar going for 20 high runes for a couple of weeks, and this finally popped up on the trade site. Got really lucky, snagged it, happy. Bust in slot Grave Palm. These just cost me, I think, a gold rune. They are 2 MF from Perfect, so that was a really good deal. One of these is a Wisp. The other one's a Wisp as well, but you only need one. I just like stacking it because of the base magic find. I don't need the life from a Bokathos. I don't need the mana from an SOJ, so maybe it's a little redundant to wear 2 Wisps for the sake of Heart of the Wolverine, but I like the magic find, and I like the Absorb. Perfect MF on this with the corrupt would have been 35. Those are insanely priced. I'm settling for 26. Similar here, I got 27 on this as well. I think both of these, they might have been maybe 4 high runes each. Similar to the Grave Palm, these are 23 MF. I think I paid a gold rune for these. Got really lucky with the belt. I paid 2 high runes for this. This is perfect magic find. I paid 2 high runes for the armor. It didn't have sockets. I put sockets in it, and then yeah, I basically got 15 high rune item, or 12, somewhere in that range, for 2.5 high runes. Really good deal. This was a really good deal as well. I was saving up for a 2-socketed one, but all of the 2-socketed ones had really low MF. This is 1 MF from Perfect for a 1 socket, so it's essentially 2 sockets. Eventually, maybe I'll get a 2-socketed one and get, 10 or 20 more magic find, but it's not really worth it right now. Amulet, love to have more life on this. Obviously, it goes up to 100. I've never seen one with more than this, and then I think I only paid 1 high rune for this early on. These are now a little bit more expensive if you can find them. For the shield, I do have a +1 all skills. I bought this really cheap. It had really low resist, anti-perfect DR, and this was the first puzzle box that I didn't get 2 sockets on. I had a streak of 6 puzzle boxes in a row where I got 2 sockets, and my luck finally ran out. So this is probably going to be my next upgrade. I want to get one of these with 2 sockets so I can have enough resist because I'm still not capped out. So for now, I'm using a 2-socketed one with an all-res corrupt, 2 sockets with an additional and then I got an Istrun in there for some additional magic find. Moving on to the charms, we'll start with the Annie. My very first Annie I bought, I bricked. So this was my very second Annie, and I paid for a Twisted or Tainted Worldstone shard, and I got 2 all skills. I was so friggin' excited when I got this because I didn't want to pay for a 2 all skills Annie because I don't have the runes for it. So I got really lucky, so stoked, still happy. I did that yesterday, I think. I got this, I don't remember what I paid for this. I got this a really long time ago. Torches are dirt cheap anyways. Moving on to the charms, these are all self-found. One of my next upgrades are going to be some all-res and magic find, but a lot of the charms that are on the trade site are just stupidly overpriced. In all past seasons, if you wanted to get a 7 MF 5 all resist charm, those are always essentially 3 high runes, maybe 3.5, and the people are on the trade site are trying to get 6. I can't imagine. They've been on there forever, but somebody's rich and they need it, they'll pay it. These are still all plain skillers. I don't really have issues with survivability because that's like the last thing I'm working towards is getting more life or getting more resist. I'm trying to just get more damage. Moving on to my swap. This is the only CT I have made. It's a 4/4. I will upgrade for the 6/6. I don't necessarily need the extra life. It's for that Battle Command for the damage for my summons. Similar here. Eventually I'll get a 3 all lidless, but not really important. Moving on to the Mercenary. This was the first and only faith I made. Luckily got 15 fanaticism, really friggin' lucky. And then here, I think I paid 2 high runes. This is not corrupted. I just needed an 8 might. It doesn't matter. They only do 1600 damage. I think like 2 once we're in the map with all the auras. This is all that's important. And then once I reached level 95, I was able to take out that P Amethyst for the strength in order to wear this. And then I finally got the resist looking good by putting another Rao rune in there. I actually corrupted a 3-socketed Andy, but it just doesn't matter. I only use this for the auras. Similar here, need the strength from these. This is a really nice compromise for something like 30 attack speed Drax. If you just use 2 Sigan, you get 30 IES plus 10 life leech. Really nice. I found this string, perfect 815. I don't need to corrupt it. Maybe if I find another similar one. All of the other ones I found have been trash and not even worth corrupting. What is going on with my Iron Golem, dude? You just like stuck in there. And then the Iron Golem, my last one died with that had a 6 concentration Mage Slayer. So I just have a 4 one. I have another one. Where did it go? Where are you? Did I get rid of my last one? Shoot, I must have. Anywho, I basically just use my Iron Golem on the Mage Slayer. It's a low-level Dueling Claw that gives you 4-6 concentration, so you can see he has that aura. With that being said, ooh, wow, that's all the gear. Moving around to the skills, I'm dumping all of my extra points into Amplify. You could definitely put 10 points into Curse and work your way towards using another Curse. I'm not using Quick Cast, so I just have Amp on my left click. That's working for me. That's all I need. I don't want to complicate it. I want to be very lazy when I play this build, but that might be best on slot. I'm primarily physical, so I like working towards to that negative 60% resist, which I think is the cap. Anywho, that's my unique take on cursing. And then here I do use Desecrate. That's just makes it easy to summon. 1 point into bone armor, just free life essentially. I just recast that all the time. For summoning, I am maxed skeletons, so Mastery, a warrior, mage, archer. I have my 1 point into Iron Golem, and I only have 1 point into Blood Warp because I achieved 0 cooldown from all the gear that I'm wearing. You could put more points in Golem Mastery, and you could use two golems. You could use Blood Golem and get some of that leech, but again, I don't really have any survivability issues. And then moving on to here, I am not max block. If I were to be max block, I would end up using a Homunculus, but I like the fast run walk here, and eventually when I get the really good all skills shield, that'll be best on slot. The only alternative is maybe a +7 Meng Song. Those are really expensive, or you could technically hold a beast and maybe your mercenary wears a pus spitter or an infinity, but this is what I'm working with. So all of my points in here, there's a little bit of stack strength just because my Marls give extra strength. These are my resists. Once I get better charms, I will cap those out. Magic Find is 436. I could have more. I actually did have, before I got the +3, I had a 2-socketed one, which I'm still trying to sell. This had perfect Magic Find, which was really nice, and curse reduction, but I just want to get more all skills. Okay, now I can say, with that being said, let's go run this insane map. You're going to see that with my summons, all my skeletons, you do not need max block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I cast 8 of each, and lagging a little bit. It's kind of double casting there. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully the game isn't shitty. Yeah, so you primarily want to just Blood Warp for movement. That way you don't walk forward, and that's when you get hit. That's how I can get away with not having max block. So you teleport forward, all this shit's coming at me right in the middle of a mob. And then all of the succubus witches, they can hit me. If I were max block, for me it wasn't very intuitive that that you blocked those. It seemed like an elemental damage type. Did I miss the matriarchs? There we go. And this is, so I know I said lazy, but I do pot a lot just in case. Like, I'm not taking damage, but when you blood warp, you lose life. So I'm constantly just in case popping pots. It just it helps regen your life a little bit faster. And then this is probably, in my opinion, I do really well with the corridor maps. I don't really do runes of Vishjun. I'll do Thrones, River, Blood Moon. Pandemonium's okay. I really like Canyon. Canyon's really good. I don't know the full name now that I think about it. Alright, let's ID some shit. Oh, I didn't put that away. 3, normally I might donate that if I wasn't trying to run through this really quick. I keep all my runes, all my gems. You know, I'm not going to run this map in 10 minutes. It's probably going to be closer to 15, just because I pick up large charms, I pick up lots of rare items, I pick up magic matriarchs, I pick up set rings still. So if you're progressed and you're super wealthy, you're probably not going to be picking up a lot of the annoying little things. It's definitely easier to just pay an rune for a stack of jewels or gems, or a Mal rune for a stack. But as you can see, as long as I don't mess up, I'm not going to get hit. The only time I would usually take damage is, again, if I mess up, but like a Frost Nova or a Stygian Doll if I mess up. So if I were to be max block, I'd have, you know, 600 less life probably. And then if I got Frost Nova'd, I would not be able to sustain that damage as well. I actually made this video a while ago. I was going to showcase where I was at, but then I got a lot of really key upgrades. And by the time I edited the video, I just wanted to redo it with some of the better gear. And during that playthrough, it was this map. It was like 320 density, and it was going really well. And then I got the map event of Horizon, whatever, and he lower resisted me, and I almost died. I didn't, but I had to juve like 6 times because I couldn't get out of the mess. So in that situation, it looked like max block would have been nice, but what ended up happening was I took so much damage from the lower resist, and I lost so many of my summons. Alright, we're about full. We can start IDing some stuff. Again, I pick up all bolts, all arrows. I've sold some really good bolts in the past. I know not everyone is willing to do that. Just needed some faster run walk. Nothing. We'll turn those into fragments. And we're moving on. An alternate dimension. Do not teleport red on me, please. Don't lower resist me. Alright, let's see what map we're getting here. Where'd he go? Is he on me? There we go. We got heavy bracers and nothing else. What do we get? Pandemonium? Meh, it's alright. I know I said I'd do it, but not necessarily. The one map, literally the only map I won't do, or I cannot kill the boss, is Ancestral Trial, I think is the name. The blizzard from that boss is just absolutely nuts. It one-shots me even when I had like 10 capped res. So there we go. We got a wizard spike and got a charm. Haven't had a charm yet to keep, unfortunately. And we keep towel runes. The towel that turns into a Rao, and we got a jewel. There we go. Let's keep going. Did I not pick up the bracers? Oh, I did. It was like they were like lingering there. Whoa there, dudes. I should probably get into a slightly safer spot. So these guys can all hit me. They have might. But with all the summons, you just do not need max block. If I were to die or get hit, that would primarily be from my mistake. There we go. All right, ready to ID some more stuff. Right there, I took damage. I did pot. You kind of want, so I could teleport right in the middle of that shit. I usually want to get your back to the wall, so like right there, back to the wall, works out really well. And you don't want, in this situation, you don't want succubus witches being able to build up. Whoa, wait. So he dropped 2 train gloves? I thought I'm not crazy. He did. That's super bizarre. Nothing. Well, hold on to that. What did we get? Did we find? I've yet to find a BK, which is just bizarre to me. I usually find a few, and we didn't even battle orders, so we've been missing out on damage here. There we go. That's why I do like to have a point into Desecrate. It's just ease of use. Like being really lazy. Get some more pots. And notice in those instances when some shit has been cleared, I will just walk over towards it. But that's like where it would be risky that I might take damage. Alright. Working our way towards the boss. Oh, and then also, the last time I tried to record this, like I told you I got the map event. Totally forgot about it. It was an insane map. I forget what it was. And I just finished the recording, left the game, and I was like, oh, that sucks. And we are full. Let's ID some stuff and then offload and then come back and finish this map. Alright, nothing too good yet. Alright, and we're back. We'll get that jewel on the way around. And then usually I like to go up in this corner. Get my back to the corner. Clear some of the clutter first before I engage, because that dude's Hydras actually do a ton of damage. And the one thing I hate about this guy is that after you kill him, like, his Hydras are just lingering there still. I don't know how long it takes for them to finally go away. I need to get some more health pots here. And grab some off the ground. Like I said, I insurance pot a lot. I just preemptively do it when I blood warp periodically. Where'd he go? Did he follow me to the corner? There he is. What'd we get? Heavy gloves? No. Not worth picking up. We are working our way towards around the corner. If you guys are summon Necros, I would be very interested to see your guys' take. Like I said, I've seen people use Spanxxxy. I've seen people hold the beast, and I've seen obviously a number of different summons. Like, you could do so many different combinations. The only build really that I haven't really fully dedicated to was the mage one, and that one looks super fun. So if you happen to play that build, let me know how it stacked up. If you gave it the old college try, or if you actually like try harder with that build. You're getting all the charms. Oh, I'm full again. Have we really not gotten a reroll GC yet? That sucks. So you could definitely farm faster than I do. Like, if I was a streamer, I don't know. I don't know what streamers do. I don't think people necessarily want to see people farm the garbage, but I'm just making you guys watch. If I have to do it, you guys have to watch. Let's get like something noteworthy. That would be really cool. I'm not gonna do the second map on camera because I'm gonna run out of things to say. And then eventually, when I get my shield upgrade, when I get my better CTA and my charms, I'll hopefully upload another video and run another map. And to the people who asked that if I stream, like, I'd love to be able to just map for you guys, but I do work full-time, I do have 2 kids and a wife, and it doesn't work. I do not have the time, unfortunately. Is there a second jewel? There it is. Alright. Clear out some of the junk here and then backtrack. Back to the wall. Grab some stuff here. Oh, Am I full again? It's the arrows and the claws. All that stuff adds up. That's a decent one. Decent. Nope, nope. And we're not finding any good arrows today, that's for sure. Or bolts for that matter. Alright. I'm not... The microphone is right in the way of my battle orders, so I can't even tell when I'm out. Horizon, that's another really good map. Oh, that's another thing that can get me killed sometimes. So, like I said, I'm not max black, so sometimes if I get exploded and then knocked back out of the protection of my summons, I have died that way before as well. So, obviously, the way I'm playing is not hardcore oriented. I would 100% go max block with the homunculus if that were the case, if I was playing hardcore. Alright, one little nook left. Alright, this monster right here is going to drop a bird rune. No? Alright. You gonna pop? There we go. Alright. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment. If you guys want to see more from me, subscribe to my channel. And if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. Yeah.